I'm gonna start on this today, even though it's raining. We need to get this finished up, but I need to clean all this up where this mounts with a wire wheel, and we're gonna put some grease on there to hopefully slow this down. See all that build up there. We want to get everything loose that's loose, and then we're going to coat it. I don't want a pocket right here to hold moisture, but I don't want to take off anything we don't need to. What you're seeing here is not so much the thin material as you are an expansion between the outer layer and the main. Corrosion gets in there and spreads the two apart. So we need to get this broke loose here so that we're not trapping any water down in here, because we don't want to accelerate this process, because he needs another year or two out of this truck. And being aluminum frame, I don't know if you can tell how thick that is, but it's about right to there. It's about a 1/2 inch thick frame at least, maybe more, 3/4 inch, I don't know. Okay, so now we're gonna just lather this in grease. We're gonna cram it in there as tight as we can with a paintbrush. It's not going to stop it, but I'm hoping it'll slow it down a little bit. Good old grease. I know some guys are like, oh, that grease is going to do this. It's gonna... Dude, listen. We're just trying to slow it down. We can slow it down.
It's a lovely rainy day here today.
Yeah.
But at least you kind of have a little shelter, that fender over you.
You can believe the number of people that gave me grief because we were working in the rain last time.
Because you were working in the rain?
Yeah, have a shop and I'm working in the rain.
Yeah, we just haven't been able to get back to that trailer to get the wood on, because that's about it, right? The last thing to do.
Yeah, a little bit of wiring and some wood.
Yeah.
That's about it.
There's always something else.
Yeah.
That comes up. But
yeah. You know, and I get messages from people often when they work on their trucks, and I always graciously decline because
I mean, we just can't.
There's just too much to do. Okay, I guess one of us has to go inside here. This will be me. Alright. I'd like to use new bolts, but I don't have any. And it needs to go out to work.
Do we get a wrench for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it. You just have to run the gun.
Oh, I understand. Watch your head.
I gotta play fat guy Tetris here.
Well, there ain't much room for anyone in this space.
Which one, the bottom?
I don't know. I'm trying to work around your legs here in the way. Yeah, it's on the bottom.
There you go.
I can't do it with one hand. I'm gonna turn this off. Okay, we got that side done, so he's moving on to the next one.
So I'll just hit it with a wire wheel again, and we'll pack it on with some grease. Aren't you just something? Alright, so I like to replace these suspension bolts, but unfortunately we don't have the option this time because I don't have them. The places that we get them from are out of stock.
Do you need your thing to lay on?
Do I need to be skinnier? Yes, I do.
No, do you need your...
Yeah.
Okay. Which side? Okay.
Rear top.
Where's the bolts?
The nuts on
or
the
the nuts, I mean. Okay.
Top of the frame.
Sorry, the other side, they were already on. Kind of threw me off here.
I should just put you in here. You're smaller.
Well, I'd have to try and sit up because my arms aren't long enough to reach.
Well, it'd be alright to sit up in here.
It'd be difficult. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah. Swap batteries.
Okay.
And let's hit them all again. Let's see that. How many bars it got?
It is on one.
Yep, I can tell. So now we got to lift the frame up off my jack stands and then lower it down. All right, go up. Now I got to do is just let these down a little bit so we can let the suspension down. Okay, well, unfortunately it pushed it back, so now I got to fight to get the suspension back where it belongs because the grate all pushed it forward. I should have run this myself, so it didn't let it push it forward. I should have pulled this back. Oh boy. Oh well, we can handle it. Alright, so these have to go through. And then we have spacers, these shims that go in. We're missing half of one.
I think it's close to you. I tossed it and it went a little bit off track.
These are our shims, and they need to go in here before we tighten them up. Running out of anti-seize here.
Oh, the rain's really coming down.
I hate this. I hate when I get to the bottom. It's such a problem. I love it when guys tell me you use too much never-seize. Yeah, whatever. I guarantee you the guy after me, if there is one, he's not upset that I use a lot of never-seize.
I have a hammer. You want to tap it in?
Yeah. I thought there was more shims on this side than this.
Well, that's all I saw laying down right there.
I better look at the old video. Okay, so now what I need to do is raise the back of the truck up so that the suspension is hanging on here and these can move freely so I can tighten these up. But I gotta make sure there's no other shims. Make sure I got them all.
So we had to have this axle suspended. I don't know if you can tell, like this tire is off the ground, but so we could get this all lined up. And he's getting new cotter pins, but he just stuck these in here for now, and he put them this direction so when he's doing his pre-trip, which hopefully he will, he can visually see that the pins are in there easier if they're pointed that direction.
I checked my video and there is only 2 shims on this one, so we're ready to tighten this up. Like this.
It started raining harder, so we went in for lunch. Warmed up a little bit, and we had to put some dry clothes on. We were soaked. Okay, he got this side done. I couldn't really record because it's such a small space. He was covering everything. Your little hammer's over here if you need it.
So I replaced 2 of the pins because they were worn. The other 2 aren't. And I add washers so that this doesn't move around quite as much. Okay, now I'm going to do the front mount on the other side.
Why do you have to take this one off?
It's cracked. It's about to break off. I'll show you.
Okay.
Alright, I have to get underneath here with the wrench. You have to run the gun.
Alright, Dad.
Oopsie.
Oh yeah, she broke.
See it through here? Cracked all through here.
Oh yeah.
And it's cracked
Over there.
right in here to here.
That probably wouldn't have lasted long.
No.
Like, cause it's too much.
See how that's been worn out of here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, look. Wouldn't have been long.
Yeah, that's a pretty
It came apart.
big crack.
Yep. Alright, so the problem is this is cut out for a spacer right here, which this one was not cut out for. So we have to come up with a spacer for the difference in that height. Because if we try and tighten that up, it's going to crack this thing.
The other ones had spacers. Were they cut out for it? The old brackets or no? Or they just put them in there anyway?
What old brackets?
The ones you took off?
They're different. That's the center, this is the front.
Okay.
It's a different bracket.
Alright, well.
So I got to find something to make this spacer, so we got to take that off and measure it.
Great.
This was probably set up for like a road tractor that would have had a piece of angle iron coming across here for the fifth wheel mount. So this would have been relieved right here for that. But this truck was never a fifth wheel. Never a road tractor, supposedly. I don't know. Oh, 5/16. Okay, I gotta find some 5/16 material.
Well, we found some metal the right thickness, so we just gotta drill our holes in it.
I'm gonna cut it down to size.
Well, yeah, because it's got a cut in it, but
well, it's okay. I don't need it all that wide.
We can't use a mag drill, obviously, because that's too small. So
I gotta find a 5/8 bit now. Freshly sharpened. See how well that does.
acts up right when it's ready to go through, it seems like.
This one's, I don't know. You know what I care about?
As long as it gets done.
Yeah.
As long as it works.
That'll be fine. Alright, now I gotta lay out this side.
It seems to act up.
And the belts aren't tight enough.
Yeah, this thing's
what we're doing.
It's pretty old though.
You know what? This poor old thing. I really can't complain.
Been through the ringer.
Because yeah, it's really done well. I don't know which belt. Oh, it's this one. Yeah, you can tell the belt's worn pretty good. Just need to tighten her up a little bit here. I'll take care of it. Now we need to clean it off and make our line and cut this thing out. I'll just use a cutting wheel. Okay. Great.
Give her another try.
I gotta round this edge because this bracket. Let's see how that works. This that'll do, huh?
Yep. Be just fine.
Okay. Here we go again.
Don't you have to put the other one up?
Yeah, but it's hot.
Oh.
Come on now. Get in there.
Like a puzzle. We got it on and tightened up. I just can't hold the impact with one hand and hold the camera with the other.
Keep hitting my head on this stupid sharp fender.
Yeah, about 20 times.
Yeah, I'm not happy about it.
I don't figure you are.
Well, the low one never sees. I have to get another 55-gallon drum. There is no shims on this one, but look at the shims on the other side. So before you go to take these off, these inner and outer lug nuts, you have left-hand thread and right-hand thread, and on the passenger side it's traditional right-hand thread. On the driver's side, to tighten it you would go this way, it's opposite. So for those that don't know or never done it, I usually try and snug up one here, one at the bottom, just the center of the wheel first. I don't want to jam it tight, because they're called the stud pilot. So this wheel stud, you see how this is acorn shaped, how it's called a conical seat. That's what centers the wheel. So it's nice to get them kind of snugged up first, so you know the rim is where it belongs before you hammer on it. And then you give her the beans. Being this is a battery tool and not an air tool, I'll check, make sure I'm still full before I do my last tightening. Okay, another thing worth mentioning is these actually grind on the steel when they go in, so you want to be mindful of how deep they are. Once they get so deep, it's time to replace them, because that wheel is beveled on both sides, because sometimes that steel will be an outer side and it needs that bevel. So once these things get too deep in there, it's time to replace the wheel. Now we'll get the other one. Well, we're going to never seize all these, and then we want to make sure our valve stem's here, put our other one over here. A lot of guys controversy over whether you should or shouldn't do this. They think that this changes the torque and makes the wheels loose. I don't know. I mean, I've always never seized lug nuts, and we don't have troubles. I don't know what the situations are, and people are saying you shouldn't do this and why they're having troubles, but we just don't. Seems like it's not a big deal. Maybe it's because we live in the rust belt and the lug nuts almost rust themselves tighter than what you torqued them, it seems. But I would much rather do this than have to fight to get the outers to come off, because a lot of times what will happen is you'll go to take the outer lug nut off and the inner will come loose, because these both go the same way. So,
which is what happened when we first worked on this, wasn't it?
Yeah, many of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you replaced all of them because they were all garbage.
Yeah, I replaced all the inner lug nuts because of the fact that, well, they were stretched too. The threads, you could see they were rolled over like they had been hammered on pretty hard, and they were the ends were twisted like they're ready to break off. So we replaced all of them. Alright, let's get the other wheel. So here's a good example. You can see how this wheel's tapered here for that nut. So if it was an inside, it would have that taper. It's called a conical seat. And it's also tapered here. And you got to watch aluminum wheels too, because they'll get worn to where this part here, the meat gets too thin. That'll do. hard when you're going from a 2-hole wheel to one of these. All these holes. Okay, we'll get all these in. Okay, so the socket we're using is 1.5 inches, but you see it has a square drive down the side that. So you can buy a new sweatshirt. You can buy 2 different sockets, or you can use this one like this. You see how much use that inside's got. I don't even know what brand this is. Snappy. Okay, now I'll remove the caging bolt from the brake chamber. We're not done. I need to change the tire out. Let's see how much tread is on this side here, but right about here until right here there's only about 20% tread, so I can't have that because it makes a big gap underneath the tire here while you're driving, because we have a brand new tire on the inside. So I'm gonna have to change this tire out for both reasons, and I don't know if this is a bad cap or if it's a bad cap job, bad casing, something coming apart. I'm not sure, but you know, they grind the old tread off of these things. They put it in a machine and it spins and they grind the tread off, and they're usually pretty true. At least these ones are. This is a Michelin case with a Michelin cap, and I've had good luck with these tires. That's why we do it. But you know, something's not right here. It shouldn't wear like this because that rim is not bent. We jacked it up and we spun that wheel, and there's no bends in the rim. If there was, it would be more isolated to a smaller area, not from here clear down to here, almost half the tire, and it's not anywhere near the joint. But anyways, we're gonna jack it up, get this off, and put another one on. Notice these 2 mounts here. This is for the front leaf spring mount. Look at this, look how loose that is. I'm having a hard time even getting in here. I know I can tighten this one. But I don't know if I can get to the other one. I'm gonna have to use probably a socket and a ratchet in here, because I won't be able to get anything on this side.
Wow, that's so loose. It's crazy.
Okay.
Done?
Yep.
Is the other side good?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing. I'm wondering if they put a motor in this. The guy that put the motor in, I wonder if he took him loose, thinking he needed that for that. I don't know, because he did a lot of whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You know, we need that rivet gun again. Screwdriver so
oh,
we can
man.
do this. This is kind of stripped, so I don't know what I'm going to do here because it doesn't want to come loose. I think I'm just going to take side cuts, cut that and let it fall because it does not want to come out. These are egged out holes now. They're in this, but the holes they go into in this fiberglass are huge. So I think I hate to just add a bunch of rivets, but there's nothing here. Yeah, see, there's nothing. See how wallered out that hole is. You get nothing to hold there. So I'm afraid of I won't be able to get that with.
Could get the grinder.
Look how big a hole that is. Good grief. Suppose if we get enough in there, it'll hold. Okay, that ought to be enough. And this is all busted up. I hate doing work like this, you know. Crooked, inconsistent, looks like crap. Anyways. Alright, we're done with this. Now, one thing I despise about these Milwaukee drill bits is how hard it is to get the stinking drill bits out. Like, I skin my fingers up all the time trying to pull these things out, even over here, you know, because you get caught on this stuff. You really need to use a pair of pliers or something. There's been a change, some developments on this truck. Much is starting to rain harder, so let's get our tools in. You start with the tools, I'll start with this. Alright, so I didn't mention in the last video that, you know, this is the air intake for the air compressor, and it comes up to the air cleaner, which, you know, the air cleaner, this side here had been open for, you know, a year at least. And I'm sure it sucked in a bunch of dirt and debris and whatever, and that's why the air compressor is pushing oil, because it's probably scored up them cylinders horribly. And we're not replacing that, and the reason we're not replacing it is because the plan is for this truck, this motor's coming out. The two-stroke Detroit is leaving, not to come back. We're going to put a big cam Cummins in, and the owner is starting to have troubles with his knee, and he has troubles with one hand, so he wants to go to automatic. So unfortunately, this truck, we're going to have to get bigger horsepower and bigger torque, because once you go to an automatic, you lose so much power. But that's why we're not going to go too much farther with anything on this engine, because that new air compressor, the way it's designed, is designed for this motor, and it doesn't work well with what our future plans are. So we're just not going to work with it. We're not going to mess with it. Going to run that unless it's a problem. As long as it's not a problem, we're going to continue. We'll monitor the oil that it puts out and go from there. But we're not going to do anything more with this engine. It's going to become a big cam Cummins and an automatic. I'm not a big fan of the automatic, but hey, you know, we get older in life and things change, I guess. Let's get this closed up, get our tire mounted. Tire's cold, and it's an import case, so it'll be a daisy to get on.
Great.
It's going.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that one wasn't too bad.
Okay. Guess I need the big gun now.
I got it. I'm holding it. That's why I'm not helping you put those on, because I don't want to set it down in the wet gravel.
It's like we've been working in the rain for a week, it feels.
I know. It does feel like it. Friday was our last nice day.
I guess I need some more hoodies, huh? I'm gonna have to find.
Yeah. Here, take this. This thing's heavy.
I'm gonna have to find some of the channels I watch and get some more hoodies.
Yeah.
Battery. She's got full beans.
Yeah, I checked.
Let's hit it. Okay, now we start over. Hit them all. Check your battery. Oh yeah. Alright, those two tires are done. So now we're going to take her for a test drive, make sure everything's okay. I may have a little too tight or not. Got a little less rattled, but got it, still got a plenty, Just gonna turn. Yeah, I'm gonna turn right here. Tell you what, this truck steers beautiful. It's just gutless. So now I just want to kind of give it a once over. I'll do more than what you're gonna see, but basically I'm gonna give it a once over and look over everything I've done to see if there's anything that I've missed or anything that needs attention, you know. Just to, you know, take this pretty serious. I mean, this is a lot of weight going down the road, and I don't want him to have troubles. I don't want any failures. I don't want anybody getting hurt, that kind of thing. So I take this very seriously. I put my hand on every hub because I want to make sure that they're all the same temperature. I do that because if we have a bearing failure or something like that, it would get warm, or if the brakes are too tight, it would get warm. If we have, you know, a brake chamber issue, maybe it's not releasing the parking brake all the way, you know, I don't want to look at all this and make sure everything's tight, make sure I didn't miss anything that I had apart. I check all the lug nuts, make sure the hubs are all the same. Everything's good there. I'm happy with that. I didn't hear that popping noise anymore, so well, that's weird. That is weird. That's the original bolt. I wonder why it was like that. It'll like it too? Yep, it sure is. Huh. I'm gonna order new bolts for these hangers so we can change them out, because the next time it comes here, we're gonna do that tie rod and a few other little things. We're not gonna do that compressor, like I said. The next time we see it, more than likely, it's gonna be getting a different hood and a different cab, a different motor, a different transmission. So it's gonna be kind of a big project. But anyways, I got some more looking to do, checking stuff over, and then we'll call them, let them know we can come get it if everything's okay. But hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you on the next one.